It feels nice, you know, back in the States with everybody here, so can't really complain at all.
I'd walk through flames, feel fury in the fire, feel fury in the fire.
The Korn Ferry Tour takes a ride through the deep south as pressure mounts with the first reshuffle of the year on the horizon, and players' seasons hang in the balance.
So many guys looking to get to the PGA Tour for the first time, and the Korn Ferry Tour can change the trajectory of their professional careers. So much to play for.
When the lights go out, my light will only shine brighter. My light will only shine brighter.
The Korn Ferry Tour returns stateside for the southern stretch of the season, home soil to many of those chasing their PGA Tour dream. Whether teeing it up in their backyard or far from home, the first 8 events serve as a proving ground to garner enough points to lock up a schedule the rest of the year. While early season winner Pearson Coody can enjoy that luxury, his twin brother Parker faces limited opportunities to play well and earn more starts. Wilson Furr entered the season with 8 guaranteed starts to do so. But with the reshuffle steadily approaching, his road to a full season is running out.
Turns out we missed the turn, so...
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, hold on.
I got a little sidetracked. You gotta have a great support system. I'm really lucky. I've got great people around me, and sometimes I'll get down on myself, and you know, they usually snap me into it. And I think that's all you can ask for, you know, just some people that love you no matter what you shoot.
I mean, throughout the whole golf stuff, my perspective is just go out and have fun and good things will happen.
With his family in attendance in Savannah, Wilson Furr fired a season-low 64 to make his first and only cut through 5 events.
Get to like the 3rd bogey, I was like, oh my goodness, you're gonna have a day. And it was so much fun to watch.
Birdie?
3rd birdie of the day? What did I say, bogey?
I think.
Oh, shoot.
It's all right.
That happens right when we started dating. I think it was his first tournament, and I texted him, I was like, don't make a lot of bogeys, have a great day, having no clue that like, it's not good. It's not good at all.
Both my parents, they drove, you know, a long ways to get here. And after 3 over first round with the projected cut being probably around 2 under, I don't think they had too much belief I was gonna make the cut. So they went ahead and canceled their hotel room, packed their bags.
We checked out and everything. We have to find a new hotel room.
Sorry.
It's okay. We had a 9-hour drive. After the round, I ran up to him and I said, we checked out of the hotel and now we got to find a new hotel. But he has pretty good mental toughness. You know, life is hard, golf is hard.
I don't feel too bad for them.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's a good problem, but you know, having my family here as well, it's just makes it feel a little bit more like home. Went to school in Alabama, so that was kind of the first thing that got me to Alabama. And just spending time in Tuscaloosa for 4 years and getting to know the area, really kind of fell in love with Birmingham. I'm glad to get to show it off to y'all today.
Prior to calling Alabama home, Furr grew up less than 4 hours west in Jackson, Mississippi.
So I played all the different sports, always loved golf, but I've loved baseball and football too. At 11 years old, I didn't see myself as a college golfer, I'll say that. At the Future Masters Golf Tournament in Dothan, Alabama, pretty regional tournament. Most everybody from the South that's good at golf at 10 to 14 years old will be there. And I won when I was 12. I couldn't play when I was 13, if I remember right, because I had a baseball tournament. And then when I was 14, I won it.
At the age of 16, the Southern prodigy put himself on the University of Alabama's radar at the Mississippi State Amateur.
I lost by a couple shots when I was 15, and the youngest winner was 17. So I had one last year to do it, to become the youngest winner, and got the job done over actually Braden Thornberry and Hayden Buckley, which is interesting. You know, Hayden's on the PGA Tour, and Braden's, you know, been on Korn Ferry for the last couple of years. both really good players. That was kind of the time period where I was kind of realizing this could be the future for me. From when I committed to Alabama, I definitely had some expectations to meet, but they were mostly my own expectations. They definitely weren't anybody else's. I have really struggled for about 8 months, from the end of my senior year to the middle of my freshman year. Just struggled really bad off the tee. I mean, simple as that. I'd hit it about 100 yards right every time I swung a driver. There were definitely nights where I was like, I don't know if I can keep doing this.
After failing to make the travel team his freshman fall, Furr overcame his driving woes to make the spring lineup, eventually graduating as a team captain in 2021. His resilience in the face of adversity remains evident in his first season on the Korn Ferry Tour, thanks in part to his favourite form of meditation.
It's very relaxing. Sometimes meditative, you know, you just kind of don't think and you just do. And it's just so quiet and so peaceful. And you learn some patience doing this fishing thing too. Like even tying the knot, like it takes like 20 seconds longer than I think it should. Outdoors, period, for me, is kind of my oasis. It's where everything slows down. At some point, you just feel thump, thump, and then you see the line move. I'll tell you what, this is like watching paint. It's not a good spectator sport.
And Furr isn't the only one who finds peace in the solitude.
Golf, you know, I love golf. I love the competition and everything like, but my pride and joy is being outdoors. You gotta have something that just balances us out. You can't be just golf, golf, golf all the time. And this is one of the things that helps me do that.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that'll get you geeked up right there. That's how we do it right there, boy. You give me chill bumps, boy. Ah! I just want to see how big he is. There you go. That is awesome. This is what I do when I don't play golf.
There we go. There we go. That's a pretty good one. Oh, son. All right. There we go. That's what it's all about right here. Little small bass. Throw them back. Let them live another day. It's like a slot machine, kind of. You know you're gonna win, but you don't know when. But it's that hope.
Furr's season clings to that same hope, in need of a high finish to secure status going forward, and just 3 guaranteed starts left to do so.
When you need a day off, we'll go catch these big ones out here. Let her go now.
Chandler Phillips remains comfortably inside the top 10 of the Korn Ferry Tour points list thanks to his season-opening victory.
It's almost as good as winning a golf tournament.
As early as I can remember, I've had my mind, my heart all set on being a PGA Tour player.
Through Nick Hardy's 2020-21 Korn Ferry Tour season,
Everything I do is to benefit me in my golf game.
One Shot Away documented his journey to the PGA Tour.
Running is really a good exercise, and I like to kind of incorporate it with my yoga. I try to do yoga every day.
Nick's geared his life around getting better at this game. I happen to believe he's on the verge of greatness.
That's really good.
It's really good, actually.
It's actually yummy.
When you know what you want, you just make every sacrifice in order to get it.
Managed to get his card without a victory, which tells you something about the consistency with which he played. Welcome to the PGA Tour, Nick Hardy.
I want to be winning on the PGA Tour. You know, I expect to have multiple PGA Tour wins one day.
With lofty goals, Nick faced injury his rookie year. But he found momentum in 2023.
Nick Hardy off to a nice start here in his second year on the PGA Tour.
He recently found victory alongside fellow Korn Ferry Tour graduate Davis Riley in a team format event.
Congratulations to Nick and Davis, both earning their first PGA Tour wins here at the Zurich Classic. They are now fully exempt through the 2025 PGA Tour season, a week they will never forget.
From grinding away on the Korn Ferry Tour, Nick Hardy is the first One Shot Away cast member to win on the PGA Tour.
It's an unreal feeling. I've worked so hard for this. My goal is to win on the PGA Tour and stay there for a long, long time.
Looking to join Hardy on the PGA Tour next season, Pontus Nyholm had the chance to boost himself into the top 30 in Chile, entering the final round with a share of the lead. But the Swede fell shy of his maiden victory with a 4 over 76.
I played a great round. I shot 5 under bogey free. And then on Sunday, I didn't have my best stuff, but I don't know if it was necessarily due to nerves, because I felt pretty good going into Sunday.
What did you take away from having in the end, not your best stuff in the final round to get it done?
For sure. You don't know what the other guys in the field are doing on a Sunday, and just keep doing your thing. My game was still good on Sunday. I made a couple bogeys, which will happen, but it was just a bit of inexperience, probably.
The way you talk about it sounds like you've gained the experience you need. You're going to put yourself in that position.
It was tough. Like, obviously, wasn't very happy about that Sunday, but at the end of the day, you just got to learn from it.
Tell us a little bit about, the early days of how you got into golf and, the direction to getting to America.
Yeah, so obviously grew up in Sweden. My dad's a superintendent at my home course. So he kind of, as soon as I started to walk, he took me to the course to hit some balls. I was about 2 years old at the time. And we would just sneak out every Saturday afternoon and play some holes. I didn't practice golf at all in the wintertime. I played hockey.
Okay.
So it was kind of 6 months of the year I played ice hockey, 6 months I played golf. I always wanted to play in the NHL. Yep. That was my big dream. And then that summer when I was 15, I had a really good year and kind of just felt like I got to go with golf.
Okay. Well, I think you made a good decision.
Yeah.
And a less painful one also.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely less injuries. My swing coach is back in Sweden. Him and I, every Tuesday, we do a FaceTime session. So I just put my tripod up, get him on FaceTime, put the AirPods in. He watches me hit balls for an hour. I feel like that's been really good the past couple of weeks. These next few events, they're courses where I've had success last year. The courses, as it is, they suit my game, and if I just do what I'm supposed to, and I think I'll have some good results, yeah.
While far from home in Sweden, Nyholm teed it up in Florida, a few hours south of his newfound residence in Orlando, looking to continue his momentum with a 4th consecutive made cut.
I mean, it feels like it's straight down now, but it shouldn't be. It should be off the right.
Yeah.
I don't have to hit this full. This gets there. Easy. Oh, go hard. It's gonna roll.
Is that good?
It's gonna roll 2 miles. It's not the cart, but maybe we'll take it. Thanks. It's always an advantage hitting it far as long as you keep it straight. But I feel like most par 5s out here, everyone can kind of get to. But hitting a little further, you're hitting shorter irons in, which is nice.
Nyholm hovered on the cut line through 9, but got rolling after the turn.
Thank you.
Firing 3 birdies and an eagle to secure a spot on the weekend.
It was awesome. I did the same thing last week on Friday, eagle the last hole. And just keep doing that, I guess, and we'll be pretty good.
His momentum slowed with back-to-back over-par rounds to cap off the week. But just as he did in Chile, he continues to take the lessons in stride.
It's definitely stressful. I played out here last year and I got super caught up in the rankings. I got off to a good start and then kind of blew it at the second half of the year. Having that with me this year is huge. It's helping me for sure.
And while he still sits outside the top 30, Nyholm has found his home away from home.
It was super difficult last year because I was kind of getting set up for the first half of the year. I didn't have a driver's license over here, so I was like Ubering everywhere and having my friends drive me around. I didn't really have an apartment or a place to stay. It's a lot easier this year for sure. And also I love it over here, and I got a lot of good friends over here that travels on the tour, and I feel at home.
On the Korn Ferry Tour, the higher a player's standing, the more tournaments he is able to play. And every 4 events, the priority ranking undergoes a reshuffle, upping the stakes as players head south to the Sunshine State for the pressure-packed 8th event of the season. Few with more to play for than Alabama alum Wilson Furr.
Last technical guaranteed start, so I know I'm like 140 or so on the list, which isn't good. Not the place you want to be, but yeah, I mean, I definitely need to play some good golf this week.
In the final event before the first Korn Ferry Tour reshuffle, Furr was in need of a high finish to guarantee more starts.
It would be great to have a schedule in front of you, but for right now, we just got to tee it up and put our heads down this week and go have a good week.
Despite a pair of under par rounds, Furr missed the cut by 2 strokes, leaving the rest of his season in limbo. Chris Gotterup followed up a pair of opening 65s with a 3 under 68 to sit 4 strokes off the lead, but his work was far from finished.
Just gonna straighten myself out a little bit. I kind of have a parameter where I want to be, and I just want to make sure everything's kind of in that setting, and then I can go home. I don't want to overdo it either. I just like, you know, double checking. If I feel like I'm doing the right things, I feel like I can show up tomorrow and do the right things again. It's more of a mental clarity thing than like I have to. That's my post-round warm-up. Now we're gonna go to the beach.
In need of a strong Sunday, Gotterup overcame a rocky start. A bogey-free 3 under back 9 resulted in a top 5, his highest finish of the season.
Every shot matters, so I went into that today with that mentality, and I grinded it out pretty good, and that's all you got to do is just grind it out.
After dropping a shot at the first, Pearson Coody went bogey-free the rest of the day, firing a final round 65 for his first top 10 since his Week 3 victory, strengthening his chance at a PGA Tour card, while Gotterup moved just outside the top 30 on the bubble.
I know my game's good enough to compete out here. I mean, my brother's won twice out here, and I feel like I can beat him.
While his twin brother Pearson sits well inside the top 30, Parker Coody battles for starts each week as a conditional member.
Starting this year, I missed 3 cuts out there in a row.
After a hot start in Texas, he entered the final round tied for 5th. But a 5 over 76 cost him the points necessary to improve his standing ahead of the reshuffle. With chances dwindling, Coody edged his way into the next event as an alternate.
I know I need to make the most out of every opportunity, and luckily just snuck in the field this week.
As did Bama alum Wilson Furr.
Saw a quote from MJ earlier in the week that said some guys like to play better with their back up against the wall, and I feel like I'm one of those guys. I feel like I've been scraping along the cut line, and that's no fun.
Coody missed the cut by a stroke, leaving his future in jeopardy, while Furr took full advantage of the opportunity.
I'm not in the reshuffle for this thing, so I was just play well in anything I can get in and see where it takes me. There we go. It's a little better.
With his job on the line, Furr set a tournament course record 11 under 61 to extend his season and finish in a tie for 7th.
I knew what I needed to do this week. I knew I had to play my way into the next week and just get some points. It just feels great to secure some stars. When I'm kind of put up against the wall, my best stuff tends to come out, so maybe more in the future.
With his back also against the wall and without a spot in the field, Coody Monday qualified into the Advent Health Championship to keep his fight alive.
I've missed 3 cuts out here by a shot, and like just little things that you're kicking yourself walking off the course. So I've had a little bit of a mentality switch, just enjoy why I'm out here.
And he wasn't the only one to shift his focus.
I feel like I just got kicked in the face enough times to where I finally just kind of snapped into it. The last 2 weeks, it's definitely been a little bit more focused and just a lot more feeling, kind of just keep going. You know, no, don't try to ease into the round or whatever. Birdie the first and then birdie the second.
Furr did just that in round 1, setting his second tournament course record in as many starts to take the solo lead. Maintaining a share of the lead through the second round, Furr fired a 7 under 65 on moving day to enter Sunday with a 2-stroke advantage.
I'm fired up, so I don't think I need too much of a pep talk for tomorrow.
Cootie caught that same fire in the final round to finish in a tie for 5th and earn future starts.
I hovered right around T30 for the first 3 days, and finally today got going a little bit. My game's been good, just hasn't quite come all the way, if that makes sense. But no, today was a great step in that way, and now looking forward to go to Tennessee.
A 2 under 70 in the final round would result in a runner-up for Furr, but his second consecutive top 10 finish guarantees his status for the remainder of the season.
A couple weeks ago, I was staring at a wall thinking I just lost my card, and yeah, to be 2 top 10s in the past 2 weeks, it's definitely, I'm proud of myself for sure, but you know, still a little hungry to get one of these things soon. There's a lot to learn from, but I'll be back.
We're moving up in the world. We're moving up in the world. We're moving up in the world.
Furr's pair of strong finishes catapult him up 126 spots on the Korn Ferry Tour points list, as he's joined by Chris Gotterup inside the top 30, both in prime position to fight for a PGA Tour card. Parker Cootie's best finish of the season improves his priority ranking enough to earn starts through the next reshuffle, as he'll look to gain ground on his twin brother Pearson. Over a third of the way into the season, each week has proven critical for players as they continue their climb into the top 30. Whether a win away from securing their PGA Tour card or on the outside looking in, each number on the scorecard could make the difference come October.
Professional golf's crazy. You're one good week from feeling like I've been playing great, or you're just one bad week away from like, oh wow, I really got to fix things.
The skill of failing upward is maybe the core principle of professional golf.
The journey continues right here on One Shot Away.